Thank you Blue Fire Gloves for sponsoring this video. This is Greek yogurt, and as you already know, it's made from live bacteria. If you Google is yogurt good for tenderizing meat, the results are shocking. Yogurt tenderizes meat much more gently and effectively than regular marinades, while acidic vinegar or citrus-based marinade can toughen proteins like chicken breast to a rubbery consistency. Yogurt slowly tenderizes them, resulting in meat that can practically be pulled apart by hand. Be pulled apart by hand? Oh boy, is this gonna be like the pineapple experiment that completely disintegrated the steak? Well, we're gonna find out together right now. And for that, I'm gonna be using this beautiful 3 bones rib roast. Whenever I'm choosing anything to dry age, I just gotta make sure that it's big enough. That's because I already know that it's not only going to shrink, but I'm also going to have a lot of loss. The first thing to do is to lay down some parchment paper so that I can spread the yogurt. This creates a nice bottom layer so that the meat can go right on top. Once that's done, the next thing to do is to make sure I cover the whole thing with it. And whenever you're dry aging beef, you cannot be cheap. The last thing we want is to have gaps. So to ensure that was not the case, I made sure to cover the whole thing. But once I was done, this is what it looks like. If that does not look like a cake to you, I don't know what does. My only fear that dry aging this beef is that the bacteria will eat all of the steak. We're gonna go ahead and push the limits and let it dry age in my regular refrigerator for a total of 35 days. Once the time was up, I opened it up the refrigerator and this is what I found. What in the world is that? This is definitely something you do not see every day. Once I laid it down on the table, we can take a closer look. And it almost looks like an iceberg, especially with the cracks right in between. I think the bacteria was looking for some oxygen. And as you can see, it made cracks through the whole thing like ice. That was totally unexpected. I've also noticed some part of the actual yogurt became red. I'm assuming that that's the meat juices coming out from the meat. And right where the bone is black. One of the most important part whenever you dry aging anything is the smell. If it smells bad, it's time to throw it away. But this one smells like yogurt. So I don't quite know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. The only way to find out is to remove all of it. And that is exactly what I did. Now here's where things became much more interesting. When I put the yogurt in, it was nice and easy to spread. But now it's almost like Play-Doh. And it is not easily coming out. I thought this part was gonna be easy. Boy, was I wrong. The cracks where there was no juices from the meat came out easier, but do not get mistaken by easy. This took me almost 2 hours to clean up. And once I was done, this is what I was left with. That right there is a 35 days dry age beef in yogurt. I did my best to remove all of it, but you can clearly tell that I was not that successful. One of the interesting things is that the fat looks very unique and it also feels extremely tender. That got me super excited. I know for a fact that the live bacteria did something. Now if that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing, we're going to find out real shortly, because the next thing to do is to go ahead and trim it. For that, I got one of my sharpest knife and started to go to town. I made sure to remove all of the parts that was completely oxidized. Even though these are not pellicles, it is not something I want to eat. What I'm looking for are the parts that are red, and as I start taking it out, it slowly revealed itself. That looks good. With a closer look, you can tell the differences between them. The nice red colors is a go, but the oxidized one is a no-no. The next thing to do is to go ahead and cut them in individual steaks. And once I was done completely with all of the trimming, this is what I was left with. 3 nice, beautiful steaks completely dry aged with yogurt. That is something I never thought I would say. But judging on how tender these steaks are, I'm excited to find out how they're gonna taste. I'll be saving 2 of them for further experiments in the future, because this is the one I'll be cooking today. Now to really put this one to the test, this is what we're gonna do. This is the yogurt dry aged one. And here we have a real dry aged steak, which you know I'm a huge fan of. And I've shown you how to do it the right way several different times. And the very last one is a fresh steak. By the time we're done with this experiment, we're really gonna know if the yogurt dry age is a good thing or a bad one. Now the only thing left to do is to go ahead and season them. For that, I kept that as simple as possible. Only a little bit of salt followed by freshly ground black pepper. As always, one of the most important things is to make sure that you season it well. Not only both sides, but also the edges. But now that we have all of our steaks ready, the next thing to do is to go ahead and cook them. My plan is to first put a nice beautiful sear. Once that's done, I'll be cooking them in indirect heat until they all reach an internal temperature of 135 degrees Fahrenheit. And for that, I'll be using my wireless thermometers. So now I say it is enough talking and it is time to cook them. So let's do it. Before moving forward, I want to thank today's sponsor, Blue Fire Gloves. You guys have seen me using these amazing gloves so many times, and that is because they work. These gloves are 932 degrees Fahrenheit heat resistance for 5 seconds before any warmth can be felt. They use the same technology as firefighters use. Now that is what I'm talking about. And they also have silicone grips that are cut resistant. Another thing that I really like is that they have longer cuffs to protect your forearm. And of course, it's just not for grilling. You can use them in a wood burning stove, campfire, to manage your logs, in a fireplace, and many other things. Check them out at bluefiregloves.com to get your pair. They have one size fit all for men, but they also have for the ladies. Thank you, Blue Fire Gloves, for sponsoring this video and keeping my hands safe. But now I'm excited to find out how these steaks are actually gonna taste. All right, everybody, here we have our beautiful steaks today. Are you ready, Mama?
They're looking good.
I know they're looking good.
They're making my mouth water.
I know, I was gonna say the same exact thing. You know, sometimes when you look at it and you're extra hungry, I'm extra hungry today. And then the salivas are just like a waterfall right now. Now, as you can see, and I hope that came through the camera, every single steak was cooked to the exact same doneness. By the time I pull it out of the grill, everybody was at 135 degrees Fahrenheit, okay? They all hit that exact temperature. But here's the deal. This one here is more pale.
I was going to say it looks more well done than the rest, but it's not well done because it still looks...
It's
like,
white.
It's white.
Yeah.
It's pale, like I said.
Well, obviously it's an experiment and we're gonna find out, yes?
Oh, God.
Mau always get very scared with the experiment.
Wish me luck, guys.
I would never feed you something I wouldn't eat, yes?
Yes.
So, at least that, okay?
If we get sick, we'll get sick too.
We'll get, exactly, yes.
So
All right.
we're starting on this one?
Yes, let's go for that one first, and you tell me. Oh, Lord.
I can tell it's gonna be amazing already. Just by the pork feel.
My mouth is watering so bad. All right, Mama, enough. Okay. Cheers, everybody. People ask me all the time, do you get tired of steak? How?
No, there's no way.
How can you get tired of steak? It's amazing.
Perfect Guga steak.
Yes.
That's all I can say.
My mom knows what he's talking about. Guga steak, as you can probably tell, we have the control right here.
Okay.
All right, that was amazing. I will give that one a 9.9 out of 10. That's how good it is. All right, let's go for the second one, Mama. I'm excited. You ready? It's been a while that I don't eat steak. I know what they're gonna go in the comment section right now. Say, what are you talking about?
You have Wagyu every week. What are you talking about?
No, every day. In their eyes, they think I eat Wagyu every day.
No, no.
Second one. Cheers, everybody.
Wow. I miss dry age.
I cannot fool my mouth. My mouth knows exactly what's happening.
Wow.
That funkiness, that little extra flavor that gives inside of the steak. If you know, you know. Let's be honest. This is a 10.
It's a 10, but we gotta give it a little margin so they don't. A 10 would be a Wagyu.
Yes, okay, that's fair enough. What is it like for you?
It's like a concentrated beef flavor. You know the difference of a steak between a steak regular and a steak with MSG?
Yes.
It's a steak with MSG and then some mushroom on top of it. But it doesn't taste like MSG or mushroom. It's a steak on crack.
Exactly. It's difficult to explain.
There's no way to explain it.
It is, he's right on the money. For me, I feel kind of like, you know, a wineish taste and an earthy taste. Like, you know.
It's a little bit earthier. It's like, it's a steakier steak.
But if you've never had a dry aged steak, please give it a try. It is more tender, it is juicier, it is an amazing steak, and you should get one right now if you never had it. Okay, I'm excited for this one.
This looks like one of the ones that the Guga drinks about before he goes to sleep.
Oh my God, that's exactly right. All right, I don't know about this one here. We're gonna find out together. I'm excited at the same time. Smells nice and beefy. It smells wonderful.
The fibers are looking a little funky.
Oh boy, here we go. Look at that.
There's a little different smell over here.
Momo, it smells wonderful.
It doesn't smell bad, but it smells a little...
It smells like heaven. You're smelling heaven. That's what you're smelling. I say enough smelling and let's give it a try, yes? Huh?
Sure.
All right, last one. Cheers, everybody.
What?
Really?
It's a weird smell. It's a weird taste. You liking it?
Oh, I'm enjoying that.
Maybe when I know what it is, I'll like it better.
Oh, I like that, Mama. You don't like that?
It's a little dry age.
It's a little dry age for you?
It's like it has that little dry age umami.
Okay. Look,
But
I don't want to influence your opinion. You tell me what you think. If you don't like it, you don't like it.
I'm not sure if I like it or not.
What do you mean? You have to know. You either like it or you hated it.
I'll eat it, but if I order that on a restaurant, I'll think there's something wrong with the meat.
Really?
Yes.
I wonder why. You don't like, if you don't think there's something wrong, you don't enjoy it. You're going to ask, hey, what's wrong with my steak?
Yeah,
what did you guys do?
Is this a regular steak? Because there is something different about it. What did you dry age that on?
Look at him. He's already getting too smart on me. I enjoyed it, everybody. For me, it's a milder taste and a unique kind of taste. And I would say that this steak right here is more tender than all of the other ones.
It is. It is more tender
right?
than the other one.
It is much more tender than even the regular dry age one. So here's the deal.
And even the juiciness of that one, like when you bite the juice that come out, it tastes a little different from the other one.
It is different. It is a very unique steak. Are you ready to find out what it is, Mama?
Yeah, let me go back to this one to wash my palate.
This one here is obviously a dry age. You can tell that it is. But I used yogurt to dry age it. Now you know that yogurt is also a tenderizing on meat.
That's why the fibers were a little funky.
Yes, it is. No, I'm not gonna say that it's mushy, but it's extra tender, all of the fibers.
Yeah.
Here's the deal, all right? If you've never had a real dry aged steak, do a real dry aged steak. This steak is better than all of the other ones. I agree with you.
Yeah.
But it's something unique, and I have tried so many different weird things that I kind of enjoy weird things now because I'm not expecting it when I take a bite of it. You know what I mean? It goes like, it catch me by surprise, like, what is that? So, yeah, Guga likes the funkiness. That's all I can tell you. I enjoy the funkiness.
If you have a lot of room in your fridge and you're gonna do dry age, do that one too.
Do an experiment.
For you to experiment yourself.
Exactly.
It's not bad, it's not terrible, but it's very different.
Anyway, guys, these are the results. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do enjoy it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe for future videos. Remember, if you are interested in anything I use, everything's always in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Are you okay, Mama?
So much mouth juices.
As you can see, the dry aged steak is better.